Unfinished business.
Yes, sir.
What's this unfinished business? You're back this year.
We left a lot on the field, last year. There was a lot going on last year to where we wish we could have played a better game of football, and biggest thing coming up this year is, we want to do more of that. We want to perfect what we couldn't perfect last year. Obviously it's not going to be the same team playing this year, and obviously we can't be complacent. Like our success last year is going to carry over to this year, but the biggest thing is, we need to do more to become a better football team every single day, every 24 hours.
Last question, family. What's family mean to you? Obviously history, football. What does that mean to you?
Oh, it means everything to me. Love family. Love my family off the field. Love my family on the field. They hold me down. They build me up. So, family is like, the most important thing to me, one of the biggest things to me. And, shout out to my family on and off the field. I wouldn't be able to do this without them. So,
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Hey, Kris,
I'm going to get the Instagram photo here in a minute.
Kris, did you spend much time working with Coach Kiro Small when he was at Michigan before he went to Purdue?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Coach Small is my guy. Infectious personality. Everybody on the strength staff, for real, is just like unspeakable, unsurmountable amount of energy. So, awesome people.
Kris, big photo for your mom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
How excited were you when you saw him get his chance to be a head strength coach down there at Purdue?
Oh, really excited. He deserves that. He's obviously one of the best candidates for that. And like we've been saying, having the best strength staff in the country, we feel like, it's only a matter of time until they start to get those opportunities. So, all love to him. He's been such a great guy, at Michigan. Love him. Baltimore guy, he'll say that. So, love him. But, really excited for him.
What makes him so good for that role as a strength coach, in your opinion?
And this goes the same for all of them, but besides just really building you up physically, any strength coach could do that. They really try to build you up mentally, spiritually. They try to build you more as a person and not just a football player. And that starts with every single day going in, not expecting anything. He'll build up our mental. He'll attack us in ways we didn't think we could be attacked. He'll challenge us in ways we didn't expect before. So, and that allows us to reach new heights that we didn't think possible. So, big shouts out to all of them.
Thanks, Kris.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Kris, it feels like every time we talk to you, we ask you about your weight first and foremost. So where are you at right now? And
well, now I know I'm a small guy, so you feel me. But now I'm sitting at 307. Fortunately, lost a couple pounds. Probably could have eaten another PB&J on the way here, but sitting at 307, feeling comfortable, feeling good. And just ready to, put that weight on the field.
Jim just talked about all, the KPIs and stuff that you guys kind of rep and work on. So how do you feel you stack up strength and agility wise, athleticism wise? What sort of work did you put in on that?
I feel like I stack up pretty good. Obviously there's always still more work to be done. But right now sitting pretty good. Strength wise, still got more to do, especially with agility and flexibility, always working to improve those. But really just honing in on all of them. And that's why we love KPI so much, because you can really look at the individual, areas that you need to work on and improve. So, that's been, a really big help in taking our game to the next level.
What do you hope that those improvements lead to for you on the field?
Absolutely, just being the best football player I could be, being the best and defensive lineman I could be, being a complete defensive tackle, and, really just playing up to my true potential. And hopefully, knowing that what I could do off the field and in the weight room will help, inspire me to get more confidence and, really start to be more of a dominant football player on the field. So.
Hey, Kris, what did it take to be a starting defensive lineman in the Big Ten, and when did you know that you were ready to do that?
You really, honestly, you just got to be a dog. You got to have that grit, that dog mentality inside of you. And, as y'all have seen it from, especially Michigan D tackles and defensive linemen in the past, like Aiden and Mozzie and Chris Hinton. I could go down the list. They all have that dog in them. They could all, handle under pressure. They're trench dogs. They're built for gritty games, and, they're not afraid of adversity. And, after, sophomore year, finally getting opportunities to get on the field, finally started to realize that, I actually have an opportunity to hang with the best of them. And that's when I started to take more seriously.
And what was the biggest adjustment? Was it the physical side and the pounding, or was it the mental side when you're in there every snap?
Honestly, it's more both, absolutely, and having the physical tools and, sophomore year, obviously, I was a little bit smaller, but, just getting over that mental hump, besides telling yourself, just getting over that hump by doubting yourself and really having confidence in yourself and just being able to trust yourself and trust your team, that'll really help, take you to that next level, mentally and physically, and that'll help you play, faster and like play better. Just have more fun with the game. So, yeah, I appreciate you.
What's the most unique NIL opportunity you've had so far?
That I've had, really just mainly just working a lot with the kids, doing a lot of stuff where kids come to sign, get autographs, and we've hung out with the kids. Honestly, the most fun experience we've had was when we did a group kids. I think it was like not a play date, but like a kids fun session at the big house where we had like the bouncy houses and all of that, and we had like frisbee going on, and at the end of it we were just doing a huge soccer game where we had like 30 kids against like 8 like football players. So that was awesome. But yeah, the NIL's been so much fun, so we're grateful for that.
Chris, Mike was just talking about sort of the change in culture that's kind of flipped the rivalry with Ohio State. I'm just curious, could you expand on sort of the culture change that you've seen to sort of flip it in y'all's favor these past 2 years?
The biggest thing we've seen and that we put more emphasis on, especially since 2021 season, is really just playing for each other and not just ourselves. We stand by that motto, and we live by that motto. Everybody could play for themselves. Everybody could want themselves to be, a better football player, better athlete, better person. But how many people are going to play for the man next to them? Really play like their hearts out for the people next to them and like who they've grinded with all season, regardless of whatever goes on. So that's really like our biggest emphasis that we always try to put on each year, every day.
Kris, what was the Beat Georgia drill was added this offseason? What does that look like, and why do you think that was easier?
Honestly, like Beat Georgia is it's a gritty drill where we try to get in to improve ourselves physically, and really it's really a bit of a trench battle, as we call it. But really we honestly put that in because it keeps up with that mentality. In order to beat a guy, you got to beat the guy. And right now, that guy is Georgia. Georgia has proved themselves to be, a dominant football team. Give them their respect, obviously. So, in order for us to, walk the walk, talk the talk, and walk the walk, we got to improve that emphasis every single day in practice. So that's really like more of just like a reminder of emphasis of what kind of football team do we want to be if we want to be that type of football team.
Kris, yesterday Ryan Day made the comment that he thought it would make sense to move the Ohio State Michigan game away in case you guys play Week 12. In the case you might play again the next week in the Big Ten championship game. Now there's no division starting next year. Do you have any thoughts on that? Do you like where it's at? Would you move it?
I mean, well, I'm kind of simple. I mean, I feel like everybody stands on this, for Michigan. But I mean, whatever time the game is, whenever it is, I mean, we're gonna play it the same way. We're gonna attack it the same way. So, whatever happens, if there is a change in the schedule, like there potentially could be, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna, attack the game and attack it with the same mentality that we attack everything else.
Do you think it would take any of the specialness out of the rivalry if you played 1 week and then played the week right after?
Oh no, not at all. Nah, it's gonna be the same regardless. Nah, regardless.
Kris, apologies if this has been asked, but obviously there's a possibility that Coach Harbaugh misses the first 4 games of the season with the suspension. What's your reaction to that, or if that does happen, how do you think you guys would handle that?
Well, honestly, obviously, if he's not going to be there, that hurts our hearts. But obviously, we're gonna play for him, and we're gonna continue to attack each game, the way that we've always had. And if he's not there in person, then he's definitely gonna be there in spirit, for sure. And we're gonna play and represent that and play the way he's made us, the type of team he's made us to be and built us to be. So we're gonna play for him, and we're gonna do that for him because there's nothing more he'd rather want us to do.
How do you guys as a team handle that or other potential distractions? You always hear that word in football. How do you guys at Michigan handle those things?
I mean, with especially with other potential distractions, I mean, we treat them like we treat everything else. We just got to weigh the distractions. There's always going to be distractions. There's always going to be adversity, and it's always going to hit you at the most random points in time. So you got to keep pushing. Regardless of what happens or the outside noise, you got to keep pushing on your direction, on your path to to be great. And, that's what we try to do every day. Obviously, day by day, but every day, is a new challenge. So.
Because I know you're Caden McNamara is not your teammate anymore, but just what stood out with playing with him?
Well, Cade's always been like a dog, a great football player, and a great person in the locker room. So playing with him, especially after the like my best memory of him was freshman year when he absolutely torched when he made that comeback back in the Rutgers game. And he's always been that type of leader, that great player to have. And regardless of him not being our teammate anymore, he's always a guy that I root for and we wish the best for. So that he's gonna do his thing. Know he's gonna ball out. Do his thing. But yeah, great player, great guy. Great guy. I love him.
When you just talk about like him being a good teammate, like are there any examples or just like stories you have that kind of speak to that?
Not any crazy stories. I mean, really like the same as everyone else. Like like a guy that you can always lean on, you can always like count on, you can always talk to. Always an open guy, a nice guy, genuine person, a real person. So just always that type of guy.
Hey Kris, there was that one more year fund that Valiant set up to hopefully keep Blake and a few other guys around. Blake was mentioning he didn't come back for NIL, but if he did, that was a nice bonus to have. What was it like seeing that campaign to hopefully keep some of the key guys around that if they wanted to choose to stay back in Michigan, they had that fund to kind of support them and give them those financial opportunities?
Yeah, well, yeah, honestly, the same thing that Blake said. I mean, it's really cool. It's a nice bonus. I mean, with NIL coming in, it's really cool to see that happen. But yeah, didn't really I want to say influence my or like his decision to come back. But it's like I said, it's cool to see. It's cool to see happen and continue to happen for us and a lot of other athletes. So really grateful to be here, probably in college football at this time.
Do you think it can change some players' stereo decision, not yours or Blake's, but if they say, if I'm going to be a 6th or 7th rounder, or I can come back, right, get a second degree, maybe make some money, do you think it has that potential that for some cases they don't have to have that pressure to go start making professional money? I mean,
yeah, potentially, yeah. It depends on the player, and I guess it depends on the situation. Sure. But yeah, it could definitely become like a helping deciding factor for that decision in the future. But yeah,
Kris,
absolutely.
Sorry.
No.
What coach on your staff do you think is most likely to get a 15-yard penalty for arguing with the officials?
I mean, if I'm not to throw anybody under the bus, but I mean.
But you can.
I mean, yeah. I mean, a 15-yard penalty.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think it's happened in a minute, but probably big coach, big dog.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been good with that, so we don't worry about that type of stuff.
What's the angriest you've ever seen him?
Huh?
What's the angriest you've ever seen him?
Honestly, I really don't see him that angry. Maybe it's because I'm a defensive guy,
yeah.
And like we're on the other side. He be doing this thing, but yeah, no, I really don't see that. I guess we see the memes afterwards if it does happen, but that's pretty much it.
Kris, you've been in this league. You've also been in the playoff. I'm curious, as a defensive player, does the Big Ten prepare you guys for what the offenses you see in the playoff, or could there be more variety in what you see on a regular season basis versus the playoff?
Oh yeah, I think there's definitely variety because each team is different, especially as we've seen from teams like Georgia and teams like TCU. They're not going to be the same offenses that we face in conference, and but obviously we continue to face a lot of good offenses with talented players, so that definitely prepares us to potentially face good competition in the future.
Was there anyone that reminded you of TCU as you're preparing for that game in the Big Ten?
Honestly, not really. Nah. I mean, the way we look at it is we try to focus on each team and just like think of each team as each team, or focus on them individually. So we don't really compare them as much to each other. But nah, they we give them the benefit of the doubt. Yeah.
Do you look at the Georgia and the TCU games differently, or take lessons that are different away from them, or is it just a loss is a loss?
Oh no, absolutely. We try to with each loss and every loss that we face, we try to take every lesson that we can from it, and especially with big games like TCU and Georgia, we definitely look at those games and learn from them and learn from our mistakes and learn from what we could have done better and try to embody that every day and coming into the coming season as well.
Hey, Kris,
yep.
You look down there and the two banners are hanging from the last 2 years for Michigan.
Sure. Yeah.
What is your level of confidence that in a few months you guys will be right here playing for hanging a third?
Honestly, and this is gonna be a lame answer, but we don't really we try not to look ahead, because we gotta take it each day at a time, and we gotta focus on the day by day. And the biggest thing that's gonna kill any team is going to be complacency, and we can't embody ourselves or Team 144 how we've based on our success in the past. We can't say that we're going to win the championship just because of what we've done in the past. We got to prove that day by day, step by step, and become a better football team each day, so that hopefully we could come back here and do what we've done before.
So what are the things that you're seeing now that could put you in that position if you follow through with it?
Definitely our culture. I think the strongest thing about our team is our culture, and that we try to put so much emphasis on building up our culture, because every team's going to have talent and a lot of talented football players, and the biggest thing is making sure you continue to keep that brotherhood, that culture together. And that's something we work on every single day, and that's why we try to get better every single day. And we have so many guys and leaders that push us to be better football players every single day.
Chris, with Mozzie gone, you're going to see Rayshawn Benny and Kenneth Grant step into bigger roles. So what have you seen from them so far, and what do you expect to see from them moving forward?
They're I'm not going to hype them up too much, but like KG, Cam Good, Rayshawn Benny, Mason Graham. Yeah, I could go down the list. They're absolute dogs. They're animals, and the biggest thing I love about them is that they continue to work. They're hungry. They love getting better. They love learning from their mistakes and becoming better defensive tackles. And I think you're going to see a lot of improvement, and they're definitely going to make a lot of statements this year. But yeah, they're definitely really coming to their own, and I'm really excited and proud of them. With how far they come, and they're going to continue to grow.
And we talked to a couple of those guys earlier this offseason, and they had said something about the defensive or the interior guys and the edge guys. The relationship or the communication wasn't where it needed to be. So, what steps have you guys taken to address that?
Just improving our communication, on the field, and improving our really our culture and our chemistry off the field. Just working with each other more off the field, spending extra time with each other and trying to learn each other's position more, so we could really get a different perspective on the game, and actually a better perspective of what's going on, so we could do more, affect the game more.
Chris.